Tuesday night, waiting for my steak to rest Wagyu filet, so really excited to have that for dinner tonight. Struggled with what to pair it with, what I was in the mood for, and then I sided for the Frog's Leap cab steak grown from Rutherford. My favorite area of Napa is Rutherford. They call it the Rutherford dust. I just sort of like the flavor that comes out of the Cabernet out of Rutherford. Not that I don't like some of Oakville, some of the areas. Gosh, there's so many, but this one specifically, really like it. So this wine I had recently, I don't know if I talked about it on video, I don't think I did. It's a 2017, another great vintage out of Napa, and this is a dry farmed cab, meaning they don't irrigate this at all. They just let the vineyard speak for itself, and when I see that, and I think it's biodynamic as well, doesn't really speak to it on the label or anything, but pretty sure from what I know about Frog's Leap and the history, John Williams is the winemaker, sort of a legendary winemaker. It's just sort of, I don't want to say a restrained style, but maybe more of an elegant style of cab. Not as dark and as brooding, if I remember last time I had it. So, just a pop and pour. This probably absolutely should be decanted, but I decided last minute to have it. I think I have one more. It's in the $55 to $60 range, and right off, like, it doesn't have that super gobby, unctuous fruit. It's absolutely there with raspberries, blackcurrant, blackberries, but it has a little bit of an herbal component, like a black tea. There's definitely, it's like a little bit of fennel's trying to come out, or a mint leaf, like a mint leaf. Yeah, that's definitely more of what it feels like trying to come out. Let's see what the alcohol on this is, if it has it listed. It says 13.8%, so certainly even smells a little less alcoholic, and definitely more of a restrained version of a cab. So just let the vineyard do what the vineyard's doing. Dry farm, no irrigation, biodynamic. Just what winemaking should be. You don't have to overdo it. Let the fruit do what it's supposed to do. And an amazing region in Rutherford, Napa. Smells great. It really does smell. There's an extra component there, almost like a dill. Absolutely is what it is. It's a dill. It's got the delicious factor. It's got an elegance. Long finish, good acidity, very balanced. And for this young, drinking really nice. Tannins are there, but they're not super mouth puckering. Wow, this is really great. This is what I remember last time I had it. It just had this elegance to it. And just a well-behaved wine. Dark berries and dill, like that's what I'm smelling here. A little mint leaf and black currant, even a little red currant, but I haven't smelled dill on a wine in a long time, and I like it. I don't taste the dill on the palate. The palate's definitely got more red and black fruit and some herbal notes. Gosh, it's really nice. This is going to go really well with the Wagyu. .5 out of 5. Alcohol's restrained. This will absolutely get better with decanting. And I can't wait to try this tomorrow. I absolutely think this will be better tomorrow. No doubt. And I'm absolutely going to keep this wine as a great example in my fridge, in my storage at all times, at least one. I always also have the Chapelet, love that wine. I swear that wine, after an hour decanting, gets this caramel aroma, which is just awesome. See if this does it too. I don't suspect it will. Chapellet's from, I forget which region in Napa, which AVA in Napa, but I love this. For a Napa wine to be made like this in 2021, it just speaks volumes to the winemaker, to the winery, to just making real wine. You know, the people lining up at Trader Joe's and those $10 cabs, $15 cabs. I know this is 50, 60 bucks. God, it's worth it. It's worth it. And this just tastes like it's supposed to. Even a little bit of a spice, but very slight, like a cinnamon, just a touch on the palate, actually, not on the nose, a little bit on the palate, in a good way, baking spice, just a little bit. A lot of layers. I would love to see how these. It's so funny, right on the label here. Frog's Leap, balance, restraint, and deep respect for the national expression of the vine. I mean, that is exactly what I just said. Since 1981, made by John Williams and family since 1981. It's so funny. I didn't even read that. Probably because I could barely read it, but two, because it's just what it absolutely is, another wine that knows its identity. No identity crisis here, like that Mostagassac 2012 from what's his name now? The French from Languedoc. This no identity crisis there. It knew what it wanted to be. This absolutely knows what it wants to be, and it's absolutely acting that way. This is not a wolf in sheep's clothing or anything. A+. I might even give this a 5 if it pairs well with the food. 4.5 easy. And this is great. Loving it. Love everything about this. I want to try more wines from Frog's Leap. I know they make some other ones. I would love to try some others. Maybe they're Chard, something else. It'd be very interesting to see what they do with those, what winemaking style they may use. So, time to have some steak with this. Probably send an update tomorrow. Don't know how this wine is. The wine last night, this Mount Etna, went awesome with the salmon. Just awesome. Even had it with a little bit of cheese later. I love the Mount Etna. I can't believe I just discovered Mount Etna this year or late last year, and really enjoying them. It's not that many. I've seen a few different ones in that $20-ish range, and then the $50 one is awesome. Same brand, but the higher end one, I think it's San Lorenzo, I guess from a specific vineyard in Mount Etna, that's what I'm guessing. But anyway, why am I talking about Mount Etna when I'm drinking this amazing Cabernet out of Napa? When we talk about Napa sometimes being overly unctuous, overly fruity, and just so big, so powerful, you get this with restraint and finesse, but elegance, and a delicious factor, and good acidity, and great length, and absolutely food friendly. It won't kill the wine, the steak. It'll marry well with it. Definitely getting more into these wines that just speak to what they are, and aren't trying to be something to garner scores or a certain style. Just let your vineyard speak for itself. That's it for tonight. Grab some dinner.